Just going to play a little bit so you can hear what they sound like. The music in North India is one of the most rich rhythmic musics of the world, and these drums, the tabla, are one of the cornerstone instruments out of that whole repertoire. In this mini course of lessons, we're going to be looking mainly at the playing positions, playing strokes, and the way that the sounds on the drums are made, rather than specifically looking at the intricacies of the music system itself. So really kind of a way to get started with the sounds and strokes on the instrument. Just first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the drums. We have two drums, a bass drum and a treble drum. Now these are called Baya and Dina, which actually means left and right in Hindi. Even if you play them the other way round, they would still be called Baya and Dina. Sometimes this drum is also called the duggy, and sometimes the smaller drum is also called the tabla. Now the structure of the drums is pretty amazing, really. We can see underneath here that we have a ring around the bottom of the drum, and from that, this piece of animal gut, it's one continuous piece of animal gut, is sewn around through the head, back through the ring, through the head, through the ring, creating this sort of webbing, effect, holding the drum head in position. Now, it's a very complicated job making the head. The heads are usually made on the drum, and then the strapping is strapped in, and then after that the wooden tuning pegs are put in. We're going to be talking about tuning in a later lesson. The heads themselves are very interesting in construction. Here we have a tabla head from a larger drum, actually. We can see that there's, on the top we have this rim here. Then we have the main skin with the black spot, which I'm going to talk about in a little while. Now inside there's another layer of skin as well. We can see clearly here inside. So it's a pretty complex construction of head. As I say, it's made on the drum, and then when it's actually on the drum, this section is cut out with a Stanley knife, and then the black spot is applied. Now the black spot is actually made from flour and iron filings, and is the better quality, the more rings it has. If we look at this drum here, we can see that there are a lot more rings, and these are created by different bits of the dough that are made and rubbed on with a stone, and then the head is constructed and then it's tuned. Basically, it's a resonating device. There are numerous resonating devices that you find on Indian drums. This type, which is dry and permanent. On some Indian drums, they'll make a dough from semolina and apply it for performance. On other Indian drums, there's an oily masala type mixture that's applied to the inside of the bass drum head, the bass of a double-ended folk drum, for example, and then the resonant sounds of the drum are sort of lowered, and the tuning is made more relevant to the music that they're playing. Now, the heads are very complicated in the way that they're made on the drum. The animal gut is sewn round, and then the strapping is put through, and it's then tuned with a tabla hammer. And again, I say we'll begin to talk about that a little bit later. The bass drum is similar in construction. It also has the ring on the bottom. Obviously, this needs to be tuned a lot lower, so we don't need to be worrying quite so much about having all the pegs to tune it up really, really high. Sometimes some drums have these smaller pegs that we can see here to just raise the pitch very slightly. We can also see that the black spot is not in the centre of the bass drum, and that's mainly because of the glissando and the hand movement that one uses whilst playing the instrument. The drums always come in a pair. Traditionally, back in the very old days, it's said that the drums were derived from a drum called the pakawaj, which is a double-ended Indian drum, similar head structure, and it's played in this way. The story is that it was cut in half and tabla was created. Normally this drum is tuned to the tonic note of whatever piece of music is being played.